Hey guys, it's your girl Amps, and I'm back for another episode of According to Amps. And of course, this is the right time of the week where we're going to come in and we're going to talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 6, Episode 5. So, I will say, y'all, when I was watching this episode, I was thinking to myself, geez, I really wish I would have reviewed this show like 10 times earlier. Only because it's whack now. Like when it was just fun and like cute and just a little ratchet, or maybe a lot of ratchet, but a ratchet that we can take. Like people ain't got no home training or whatever. But all of this mess is just ridiculous. But we're going to just go ahead and jump right into it. So we start off with Kirk meeting up with the rest of the fellas and a whole bunch of unknown people that I have no idea about. And they're having this big old poker game. But only 4 people are discussing the situation. That is Stevie J, Young Joc, Scrappy, and we also have, what's his name? Kirk, discussing this situation. And so they start pressing Kirk about the situation with Jasmine and Joc, who we discover is the female female Karlie Red. He comes with receipts. He got the video, he got all of this information, trying to say, hey Kirk, you need to jump in front of this situation and we need to know, is this your baby? And Kirk was like, no, it ain't my baby. His story makes no sense whatsoever, because he was like, it's a situation and it's not really a good situation. And that's just where it is. She think I got a baby with her, but I don't. Whatever. Still, he's still denying the situation. And as a side note with this situation, Scrappy, your hair is awful. Like, I'm not going to talk too much because I got these twists that I need to be redoing, but your hair is awful, sir. It is called a silk scarf. Just put it on top. It'll keep your cornrows straight. But you look like you got like hundreds of ridiculous broads rubbing their fingers through your hair. And them cornrows look so nappy. I don't know if it's even, it's like a miniature puff. It's like a miniature puff. It's not even a bun. It's like a miniature puff of nappiness. So you need to go ahead and do something about that. And then there was this random white dude at the table. Random white, they cut to him and he's just sitting there going, when they gave me this job, I didn't know it was finna be like this. I don't have anything to add to this situation. And then we also find out that somebody that used to date Kiana, the sister wife number 2, is at the table. His name is Tango. He was like, that's my old girl. Why would you claim? Whatever. Anyways, we cut to the next scene, and we see that Joseline is meeting up with lovely Mimi, which I kind of couldn't wait because I wanted to see how these two kind of gel together. Of course, Joseline is cool with everybody in the first scene or whatever, but after that, we're gonna see how everything goes. It says Mimi let her know that she didn't like her job at first and she quit, and she wanted to know if Joseline could probably help her build her clientele, maybe let her do her nails or something like that. Joseline said, yeah, I could probably, shout you out, let people know who did my nails, but unfortunately in Atlanta, ain't nobody fucking with me because don't nobody like me because I am that bitch. Which is true. Don't nobody fuck with Joseline on this season. Like, for real. Like, she don't really have nobody she can go to. But she was like, okay, we could just try it out. Like, what you do to these girls? And she's like, no, whatever, they hating and blah, 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 blah. And she also asked Mimi if she wanted to probably be a part of the video shoot she has coming up for her song, Baby Daddy. And she was like, maybe you can come in, do some girls' nails or something like that, get your name out there and meet some new people. So that scene was cute. Hopefully her and Joseline will continue to be, kind of cool or whatever, because I like Mimi, and I think Joseline is getting to a place in her life where she has a baby. She realized she might want some friends and realize she may have really turned people off in the wrong way, and hopefully she can rebuild these bonds. So in the next scene we meet Shooter. Shooter is a producer that we've never heard of ever in life, but he's married to Sierra, the owner of the glam shop. Hey. And he admits that things have been really difficult in their relationship and that, it is what it is. And so Sierra, who we find out is also friends with Karlie Red, they meet up at the same restaurant that Joc and Shooter are meeting up at. And Karlie Red continues to go ahead and spill Rasheeda and Kirk's tea. These people don't know them from a can of paint, girl. Why is you telling them all of the business? But all right, that's neither here nor there. So then Sierra starts talking about lovely Mimi and how the fact that she was so loud and ghetto, and she's so happy that she's out of the shop. And so Shooter is like, okay, yeah, that's enough about business. Stop talking about business. And Sierra's like, no, I'm a boss bitch. I bring home the money. What you doing? You ain't doing what you supposed to do. And so Shooter's like, you ain't very wifely. Like, she ain't never at home. She's never available to cook. She's always at the shop. She's always thinking about money, blah, 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 blah. And so Sierra was like, he not doing what he need to do in the bedroom. I'm not satisfied, but if he was satisfying me, then that means I be at home waiting on him hand and foot. I be cooking dinner. I be doing all of this stuff. If he was handling his business in the bedroom. So Shooter's like, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm finna get up. You not finna embarrass me on national TV where people don't even really take me serious to begin with because we ain't never heard of my music. But anyways, she gets up and she follows him out, and Young Joc and Karlie Ray decide to go do something else ridiculous because they ain't had no scene after that. So we cut to the next scene where DJ M is meeting up with Joseline because, you know, they're friends. And so they're coming to look at the space for Joseline's new video, the baby daddy video. And she decides to tell M her vision for this video. And she's like, oh, you know, it's a women empowerment song. I want all the women to get together. I want them to feel like we're at one. We can do this all together. And DJ M is like, bitch, I'm not with all that bullshit. You gonna tell me what you up to. What you want? What you want? What you want? So Joseline starts naming off all the people that she wants in the video. And these are all the women, of course, on the cast that she has a problem with. And so in this scene, the only thing that I was very happy about is that Joseline actually has somebody that's going to keep it real with her. Like, M was basically like, bitch, you was a nuisance. All the people that she went down the line and list, M was like, okay, don't you remember when you did blah, 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 blah? Don't you remember when you did da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Don't you remember when you did da-da-da-da-da to this person? And it was really calling her out on her mess and letting her know you might not get what you want. And so that's something that I can really appreciate because I feel like in the past seasons, Joseline has had people that will film with her, probably don't really like her that much, but they also won't give her the real. And so Melissa, in this time, she actually stated to her what the particular issues were with her, so she can know what she's dealing with if people decide that they don't want to help her out or anything like that. And so the last person that she got to, she was like, the last person that they discussed was Mimi. And so it was like, you want Mimi to come? She was like, oh hell no. She was like, I don't know what type of relationship y'all got, but if you want to lick her pussy, you can lick her pussy on her own on your own personal time because I'm not with it. And she don't think that they'll ever get back together. And Emma's a little worried because this is gonna compromise her face. Her face. That's probably about right. But it's going to compliment her friendships with a lot of ladies because they're going to find out that she's riding the fence. The next thing we cut to, Treasure. Y'all, Treasure's 23. How in the fuck? I'm about to be 30 years old. And I look like a preteen. I look like a preteen. Maybe because I don't wear all that makeup and I don't wear all the flashy dresses with my back out and my booty looking all big because I don't got no big butt. But Treasure's 23. And I said, girl, where? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So she's meeting up with lovely Mimi and Moriah. And so the first thing that I figured out about this scene is, Moriah, girl, you are a follower. You're going to say whatever and agree with whomever you're sitting with at the moment. And your face is a bit cartoonish. You look like you probably should have been on Cartoon Network or something. I see what you're trying to do there. And you are a really cute girl. It's just that your mouth to face ratio is a little bit large. Just a little bit large. So when you open your mouth, you look like your teeth might not close in the same position that they closed in the first place. But that's neither here nor there. So we start talking about Treasure's comments about Tommie when she was saying that we were high, you were low. So her justification for the fact that she said that is that we were high-key, meaning people saw us. People saw our asses and we were dancing. And she was low-key, meaning that she was low-key in the strip club, meaning that people weren't really recognizing her. And she wasn't trying to be high-profile like the high-key strippers. And so Mimi was like, girl, whatever. But what about the fact that you mess with married men? Because I'm married and I don't appreciate stuff like that. Which I'm happy that Mimi was kind of like, oh, girl, I'm not really worried about that, but I'm worried about the rest of the stuff that you said. Because if you think that we finna be cool with what it is that you're doing and what you are a part of, hell nah. And so in that conversation, she also goes, well, she's a felon, talking about Tommie. She's a felon and she's this and she's that. And Mimi was like, bitch, I'm a felon. What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with the situation but the fact that you made this raggedy ass comment or whatever. And so Treasure was like, she might go talk to Cena, but she doesn't want to mess up the internship that Joc got her at the radio station that she's currently at. So she figures that she go ahead and she talk to Tommie about the situation and let her know how she feels. And Mimi was like, I don't know, because if you cross Tommie, you cross Tommie, and we don't want to do that. Kurt is coming out to the mall. He wants to go to press because he wants to talk to Rasheeda about their extramarital issues in public at her store, because it's the proper place to talk to him. So when he gets there, Rasheeda and Mama Charlene, remember when she ran over his bike? She's not with Kirk and the bullshit. So they were both there. And she starts going into him like, what the fuck is you doing here? And he was like, I didn't come to talk to you. I came to talk to you. Talking to Rasheeda. And Rasheeda's like, he gonna feel this wrath from Mama Charlene because you been doing a whole lot. You got a baby and everything. Oh, yeah. And so, Mama Charlene, her thoughts on it is just kind of like, y'all need to go ahead and get a motherfucking divorce, period. I need to go ahead and get a divorce. His complaint is that Rasheeda won't, his justification for cheating is the fact that Rasheeda ain't never around and she not very wifely like. But the last time I checked, ain't you her manager? Why you ain't got nothing to do? Why you ain't got nothing to do? Why the hell she always gone but your ass is not? But you running a record label and you is out here signing talent. Why you ain't got nothing to do? That you got so much time to wait on Rasheeda and care about the fact that she got something to do and you got enough time to go and cheat. You full of shit. Your storyline's full of shit. You ain't got nothing. But anyways, Kirk, his name is Kirk. Kirk denies the baby, says that the people are scammers and he really don't have nothing to do with it. That's his trick and it's not really his baby. And Rasheeda's like, I want a separation. He want a separation. Kirk don't want that because of course he want to save his family, but he didn't want to talk to Rasheeda before he started sticking his dick in random chicks, because apparently he fucked two of them, not just one, and had a baby with the other. Thing one, thing two, sister wives galore of 2017. But anyways, the next scene, we got DJ M, aka M. She's meeting with Karlie and Tommie. She wants to try to proposition them with what Joseline has in mind for her video shoot. And so Tammie's like, mind you, Tommie looked like a Smurf. Your hair was too big. You got this blue lipstick on that because you're light skinned, it reflects off the rest of your face, so you look like a Smurf. And then you had this fur on, and you just look like, You literally look like lips, wig, and fur. That whole video. Like, I didn't see Tommie. Tammie. I didn't see you, Tammie. You look like a Smurf. It was a bit much. But okay, that's neither here nor there. And so, she also, Tammie herself, she decides to decline Joseline's offer because she was like, when she made that little comment about breaking my pretty little face, she got a little something that's wrong with her. And I'm not fucking with her. And so, we don't know what Karlie Red said because I forgot. So we cut to the next scene where Jasmine is talking to Rod. And since Kirk ain't gonna pay her bills no more, she decided she gonna move in with her other sister wife and her boyfriend or pimp. And so they're talking, they got the baby with them, and they're talking about the situation. And Kiana comes in. Kiana's like, I just got a call from her ex-boo, Tango, who was at the poker match with young Joc, saying that was her ex, that was his ex. Everybody at the table was talking shit about their relationship and that Joc fucked Jasmine. Jazz denies having sexual relations with Joc and is very mad that Karlie's telling her business. You told her. What the... I know you've seen this season. We are 5 seasons in, ma'am. And I know you've seen the fact that Karlie Red is a messy bitch. And you let her take pictures and you met up with her several times to tell her all the tea. But now you mad because all the tea is out and you looking like the liar for now. And so she denies fucking Joc. She is mad at Karlie. And so they all decide, well, just Jasmine and Rod decide that they're going to go ahead and they're going to meet up with Karlie Red and they're going to meet up with Joc because they want to clear the air once and for all. And they're not going to keep on taking this nonsense that they're spurring around. Like, it didn't come from them, but okay. So we cut to the next scene and we got Moriah with the big ass mouth and the cartoonish ass features. She is meeting up with Sierra's husband. Says that he has a special interest in supplementing her income. And we were right. They were messing around. She said, she tells Shooter, you need to check your bitch. Because since Shooter and her are not happy at home, everything Sierra's mad about, she comes to the shop and she takes it out on Moriah. And so if Moriah is going to keep her mouth closed about the affair that she's having with Shooter, she needs more bread. Because the pennies that Moriah's paying her ain't enough for her to keep her damn mouth closed. So, they're fucking gross. I'm sorry. I'm trying. They're gross. Because they said, you're going to have to do the thing I like. And she was like, you don't have to do the thing I like. Gross. Gross. You a nasty bitch. And you deserve to get your ass beat. And so, to conclude this scene, he gives her the fakest stack of money I have ever seen in my life. It looked like a whole stack of perforated printing paper that somebody put Benjamin Franklin pieces from the Dollar Tree on either side, and she holds it up to her ear, and you can see the fakeness in the bitch. It don't even look like real money. It looks like a stack of printing paper that somebody cut. And she was like, Sierra, I want to tell you about my husband and blah, 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 blah. But still in all, she agrees to keep her mouth shut because she know that money fake as fuck. And that he lives another day because he hasn't figured out how he's going to tell Sierra about what the fuck it is that he's doing. He looked meek. And they probably going to stay together. So sister wife number 1 and Rod are meeting up with Karlie Red and young Joc about this situation. Jasmine mad. She said, ain't going to be no nice tonight, Karlie Red. You going to stop showing my picture of my son, bitch. And so they confront Joc about the accusations that he said about fucking Jasmine. Jasmine is like, you said you fucked me? And so Joc is around here pussyfooting and pussy popping about what the fuck he said and said, what? A while ago, I met this girl named Jasmine and I fucked her and it looked a lot like you. Bitch, please, that's not what the fuck you said. And so Rod is like, I'm glad you cleared that shit up. But let's go ahead to the next situation. So Jasmine is a little heated in her chest when it comes to Karlie Red because she feels like Karlie Red is out here spouting undue drama about her situation in which she met with her to tell Karlie and let her take a picture of the baby. So then we get to the scene and she's like, I'll pop you in your mouth. And Karlie Red, who gonna do it? Make me do it, bitch. And Jasmine is like, I'm gonna climb over this table that's too high, so now I gotta put my heels in these shoes. I'm gonna wait for security to come and grab me. And then Karlie Red was waiting for the rest of the security to grab her because that's when she decided that she wanted to break bad. That's when she wanted to break bad. And that was the end of the situation. What? So we cut to the last scene of the night, or the last scene with some substance. And we have Treasure meeting up with Tommie. Because, like she said, she probably wants to tell Tommie to kind of back off Joc because she's good friends with Cena. And so Tommie comes in. She looks beautiful, by the way. And her skin is glistening. And she has this short little bob on with the little alfalfa sprouts here in the middle. She looks really cute. And so Treasure brings up the first meeting where she mentioned the Lowkey and the Highkey comment. And Tommie is like, no, you was trying to be rude and you sound like a messy bitch. Joanne the scammer tease. And so she's like, I'm not having that. You fake as fuck. So Tommie gets up and she goes over to the little fruit plate that they have stationed right next to Treasure, who's on the end trying to get her little pedicure on. And she starts throwing fruit at Treasure. She starts throwing fruit at Treasure. And Treasure's like, oh, you mad? You mad? So then Tommie lunges at Treasure. Why are we lunging at bitches that don't want to fight you? That's the only thing I want to know. And Treasure mentions that Tommie's mad because she's the young bitch on the block. But Tommie looks younger than you, girl. Like, whatever you're doing, you need to stop. 23. That's what you need. That's your new name, 23. You need to stop. And so they get into a fight, and Tommie goes, "It's Tommie shit, bitch." And that's the end of that scene. Now, the reason I'm mad at Tommie is because you could have ignored the comment that she made and just not fucked with her. And then you also could ignore the fact that she's sleeping with married men because you're not married and it's not your husband. Period. Wait for somebody whose husband that she is fucking to come up. And the fact that you forced her to fight you sucks. Bitches like you make me sick. And I love you, Tommie. Bitches like you make me sick, though, because you're the one bitch that seems like you don't have anything to lose, that you want to fight everybody over every single thing that they say. And you forced that girl to fight you because you're in her face doing God knows what. You forced her to fight you. And bitches like that, I can't be friends with because they'll have you fighting every other month in the club. And you can't be out here fighting everybody. People carry razor blades in their face. You saw the girl that had the heel print or whatever it was in her fucking forehead. You can't be out here fighting on everybody. And if you got a friend that's like Tommie who forces people to fight her, you don't want that type of stuff because it only takes the same amount of time to become an accessory to murder as it does to commit the murder or manslaughter or whatever it is. And so I feel like, Tommie, if you really want to be on the path to becoming a better woman, then you could have just left this alone. You could have kept it real nice, nasty, and threatened that bitch that you come at your face one more time, I'm gonna bust you in your shit. But neither here nor there, that is this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop. Scrappy, shave your head off. Rasheeda, Kirk, y'all need to go ahead and get a divorce and get a paternity test. And can y'all please go ahead and meet up with Jasmine, because this is five episodes in, and Jasmine been telling everybody except for you guys. So I think y'all need to sit down and have a conversation. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my website, ampsthedeuce.com. That is AMPS, the THE, Deuce, DEUCE. And everything else I do, I'll definitely come in and tell you guys. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at According to Amps. And I'll catch you guys next week for another Love and Hip Hop installment. Bye.